Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Drakensang. I'm not sure how much of that theology I took in, but we'll give it a go. We can always have another go.
Ah, there you are again. Are you ready to answer my questions?
Yes, I am, Venerable One. Who is the keeper of summer and the bringer of light? Oh dear. Garafan was definitely a name I remember reading, we'll go with that. This answer is incorrect. Few are able to master the divine knowledge in full. You still have much to learn. So is that in here, or that's one I read on the banner? Los. Prios. The readings were all about Prios. Is that an option? No. It was Yemeran, apparently. Who maintains order and equilibrium in the world? Prios. Prios does. Oh, this is definitely the banners. Horace? Okay. I'm going to go with Urashar. However, the amount of time it takes to walk around the temple is probably long enough I could just click on the 4 answers in time. Truly you are right, but that is only my second question. Can you answer the third? I'll try, Venerable One. Who protects the heavenly disk of the sun? That's obviously a Curry. No. You still have much to learn if you wish to understand the ways of our Lord. We'll do it properly. Germaran, maybe? Radiant Falcon. The radiance of the sun, maybe? We'll go Germaran or Yukari. Well, Germaran's not an option, so let's go for Yukari. No! Okay, I give up. Yes, exactly, Darakor. Your knowledge is impressive. Are you ready for the next question? You said there were 3 questions, Venerable One. Who is the Lord of all Griffins and Protector of lower beings? We did actually definitely read that. But I can't remember, we'll go with Shalakar. It was Garafan. You have studied the tablets well, but are you ready to answer the next question? No, because that was the 4th of 3 questions. Who watches over the hours of night when the Lord's eye rests? How about Branabor? The answer is right, but admit it, you guessed. It's obvious from the number of wrong answers you gave. I will pray for you in your enlightenment. That is actually fair. Okay, he should have played it properly. You are actually right. That is my just desserts. I'm not going to take it. Okay, here we go. So I was right. That is only my second question. Can you answer the third? Oh, he doesn't say only 3, so I'll take that back. What I said, Venerable One. You were right. Who protects the heavenly disk of the sun? I don't think we ever got this right, but I've got my phone in front of me and it's Darador. Who is Lord of all Griffins and Protector of lower beings? I thought that was like our second question. Anyway, the answer is Garafan. Who watches over the hours of night when the Lord's eye rests? Oh, that's the eagle. I actually remember that one. It's either Yukuri or Horus. Yukuri. I need test you no further. Instead, I will include you in my prayers. My thanks, Venerable One. May Praos' hand protect you. So, I think we can consider that a failure of his test. I mean, we didn't get anything for it anyway. But I'm sure the next puzzle we'll come across, we will be fine, probably. Oh yeah, we're trying to join the Town Guard Watch. Even though I'm pretty sure that was the plot of Neverwinter Nights 2. Man, I hated that game so much. Drakensang is so far better than Neverwinter Nights 2. At least everything works fine. Like, even that puzzle, I cheated that puzzle. Right, that was not fair on the game, and it knew it. You know, I didn't play how he wanted.
You won't believe what just happened, Reuben.
What's happened, Madam Captain?
Ha! We've just caught that would-be scoundrel Draenor. He actually tried to climb over to the city walls! And he fell right in front of one of our own people. He was complaining all the way to his cell. Oh well. At least he'll be safe from further accidents there. But why are you back so soon? Were you able to complete your investigations of the port that quickly?
Sorry, no. Head Guardsman Tashman sent me back. I'm to report that he's already taken care of everything that's necessary.
Pretty suspicious.
What is that arrogant fathead thinking? He's forever overriding my instructions.
I'm sorry,
It's all right, Reuben. I know it wasn't your fault. You should go back as quickly as possible and work independently of his inquiries. We're not gonna let that head guardsman muck us around any longer.
So does he outrank her then? This is interesting.
How can I help you?
You're actually very pretty. I'm very sorry to bother you, but my name is Schwarze Auge. I just came from the Boarstock Residence. I wanted to ask you about the death of my friend, Ardo of Boarstock. Guardsman Hastus told me he might be able to help me. Greetings to you on this sad occasion. Ardo of Boarstock was a respected citizen of Furdock, and his death has affected many people here. These truly are dark days for this town and its people. You can be sure that we will do all in our power to find his murderers. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you anything about this latest murder. Count Groen has commanded that we exercise the utmost discretion in handling these crimes. I'm afraid I must return to my duties now. Farewell, Schwarze Auge. Wait just a minute, one of my best friends was murdered. Is there nothing I can do to help? If you're in agreement, I would like to ask around and try and find out a little about the murders. Count Groen did recently announce a reward for the capture of the murderers. Not a good idea in my opinion. It's true that we hardly have enough people because of the events in Avestru and the loss of the Furdock Lancers, but the Town Guard is still responsible for any such investigations. Look, I beg you, let me act as your deputy. I owe Ardo my life. By my honour, I shall not rest until I have found his murderers and brought them to justice. Very well. As it means so much to you, I will give you my official permission to investigate this matter in my name. I'll tell you a few things about the case, but I expect absolute confidentiality from you in return. By the good name of Ardo Boarstock, you have my word of honour. Good, so be it. God, someone just walked past my window, gave me an absolute heart attack. So be it. Effective immediately, you are now acting officially in the guard of the name of the... Sorry, let me get my heart rate down. I guess, to be fair, it makes sense, because, you know, my best friend's just been murdered. Effective immediately, you are now acting officially in the name of the Furlock Town Guard. So far, there have been 3 murder victims, all of whom died in the same way. The first victim was an old beggar by the name of Eelco. He was found in Waggoner's home. The second victim was Sandor Kunja, a famous Inman player also known as Dragon. He was found dead behind the 5-footed ferret, Fleet-footed Ferret Tavern. Your friend was found on a wharf in the harbour area. The guard on duty will give you the details. You will need to mention that you're working on my orders before he will tell you anything. You have already questioned the certain Gladys Shadramir and Ardo's bodyguard, a dwarf named Thorgrim. Both appear to be beyond any suspicion. I know neither this Gladys nor Ardo's bodyguard. Do you know where I might find them? I would very much like to speak to them myself. You're most likely to find Thorgrim under one of the tables in the Silver Picture, a tavern on Prague Square. He spends most of his time drunk since the death of his friend. As for Gladys Shaldramir, all I can tell you is that she is often seen around Waggoner's home. Where exactly though, I cannot tell you. She seems a little suspect, even though she didn't have anything to do with the murders. But you will need to be careful. Crime has soared in Waggoner's home now the town guard is so overstretched. I'm going to get straight to work. Farewell, Madam Captain Borkensmith, I will not disappoint you. Farewell, Swarspold Hjordson, and good luck. Reuben, why are you still here? I told you to deal with the matter at the harbour. Yes, Madam Captain Borkensmith. Right, where's my mate Draenor then? I wonder if I can't get him back. Might be able to get in the square now. Actually, I already know I'm not going to be able to get in the square. Let's go to the harbour then.
This is a pleasant quarter. It reminds me of the alleyways of Almada.
Reminds me of one of this random sections in the city in Dragon Age where you get attacked, where you get waylaid by enemies and are forced to defend yourself. Hello, Bandit Boris, you sound like a nice guy. Out of the way, I've got to get home.
Hey, you! This is the end of the road for you!
What do you want? You pay silver for using the road. I see. And who would you be? Boris, me? Give silver or trouble? You want money from me? You don't get a single farthing from me. That's trouble, not paid to silver.
Barandra!
Oh, that wasn't too bad. Oh, you could probably have skinned him and made some leather out of him. Well, let's just follow the trail of drunks back to the inn.
Here? I told you it was over between us.
But I love you, Jessica. Please don't believe the lies Finn is telling you.
You're just jealous. Finn loves me. I've heard him whisper it 1,000 times.
Can't you see he's only using you, Jessica? You're nothing more than another conquest to him. I, on the other hand, will always love you.
I'm not listening to any more of this, Yobin. I've got to get to work. Leave me alone.
But Jessica...
Dark Eye. That's the title of the game. Or subtitle of this game. Well, she's not interested in me. Where did the bloke go? Oh, he's not interested in me either. Huh.
Yes, that's exactly where it happened.
Excuse me? That's where poor old Elko lost his life. Ah, yeah, excuse me. My name's Sworspold Hjordsum, and I'm investigating the murders here in Furdock. What's your name, madam? Lavender is my name. I live here in this house. I saw you from the window up there. Can I ask you a few questions about the death of old Elko? Certainly, with pleasure. Did you see what happened to the old man? No, I didn't see it, but I heard it. It was a few days ago. It had already been dark for a while, when I heard muttering and then some kind of tussle outside my window. At first, I didn't think very much of it. That kind of thing is quite normal around here. When the sun goes down over Waggoner's home, the worst riffraff in Furdock all crawl out from under their holes. Is that all? You are in a hurry, aren't you? Let me finish. So, I heard a tussle, but I didn't pay much heed to it. I just thought it was the usual drunks and knaves who make our streets so dangerous. But then, I'll never forget the moment. I heard a scream. It was so loud and full of agony that I still shudder to think of it. At first I didn't dare to go to the window. I waited for what seemed an eternity, though it was probably just a few moments. But in the end my curiosity got the better of me, and I had to see what had happened. And you saw Elko? Yes, I did. Not a moment goes past where I don't wish I hadn't gone to the window. That awful sight still haunts my dreams. Old Elko laid there in front of my window, covered in blood, with a gaping hole in his chest. Oh, Praos protect me. What kind of animals would do that to a poor old man? I'm sorry. I'm so upset. Poor Elko. I hope you find his tormentors. Did you see who did that to him? I'm not sure. I saw something moving. Shadow was in the darkness, but I don't know if it was his murderers. Poor Elko, he was such a good person. I'm so sorry, I can't help it. Later on, the street was filled with onlookers. Someone called the town guard. Even the head guardsman turned up, but he didn't seem very interested. He just wanted to go home to bed. Old Elko was just a worthless old vagrant to him. He didn't care at all. Can you tell me anything else about old Elko? What kind of person was he? Everybody in Wagoner's home knew him. You know, people around here aren't exactly rolling in money. Elko was a nice man. He lived from the generosity of others like many in Wagoner's home. But he wasn't the type to waste his time on selfish self-pity. You should have seen how well he cared for Mimi. Who's this Mimi? Oh, you've already met her. She's the little cat he scared away. She belonged to old Elko. He always took such loving care of her. It was so touching. Elko would scrape and save every farthing he could to buy her a bit of fresh fish from the fishwife further up the way. I never understand how anybody could take the life of such a lovely person in such a terrible way. Do you have any idea why anybody would want to kill Elko? No, it makes no sense at all. He had no possessions apart from his cat and whatever he had on him. Although, let me think. Sometimes during festivities and the like, Elko would wear a very pretty brooch. It looked quite valuable to me, but not valuable enough to kill for. If he didn't always wear it, he might have had a hiding place for it. Do you think that's possible? I suppose so. He certainly wasn't stupid. He may very well have had a place to keep his most valuable possessions. And now he's dead, Mimi's probably the only one who knows where that is. You said that old Elko bought fish for his cat. Where was the fishwife again? Of course that's right. Mimi's a stray, just like Elko. Maybe that's why they got along so well. They were inseparable. Elko always bought him a fish when he wanted her to come to him. It was like magic. When Elko had a little fish, little Mimi would jump out of the next bush. Yes, that's right. Mrs. Strunkler's fish stall isn't far from here. Just go up the path. Do you know anything about the other murders? I heard they murdered our dragon. Terrible. He was Ferdok's best in-man player, and the most popular. I can tell you he would never hurt a fly. Why such a cruel fate for such gentle people? These murderers should be punished. And what about the murder of Ardok of Borstock? What's that? Another of these awful murders? By the 12 gods, what is happening to this town? I didn't even know there was a third victim. Why has Ferdok sunk so low? Nothing but sorrow and pain. Do you happen to know a woman called Gladys Schaldremeyer? I think I've heard the name before. I can't say when or where.
Such a bloody deed will not go unpunished.
There is a lot of blood. Good observation there, Lurulana. That is a lot of blood. How about this guy? I think he's going to help.
The smith of Wagoner's home at your service. But hurry, I have 2 more horses to shoe.
What can you teach me in the art of blacksmithing? Oh, you can teach me blacksmithing. Makes sense. Seems to be more crafting than actual item sales in this town. Maybe in this whole game.
Fish, fresh fish. Carp, Engelbar perch, roach. If it's got scales, it's for sale. Come closer, fresh fish. Caught just this morning in the Great River. Strunkler's fish are cheap and delicious. Fish, fresh fish. Oh, hello. What can I get you?
Good day. I was just chatting to Miss Lavender. Her house is around the corner. I don't know why I'm trying to get her whacked as revenge, as a snitch. But she told me that old Elko often brought fish from his cat from you. That's right. Every month he used to get some fresh salmon for his little cat Mimi. I'll never understand why someone murdered that poor old man. He never hurt anyone. He didn't deserve that. Excuse me, but do you have any salmon? I'd like to give his cat a treat. I'm sure Mimi misses poor old Elko. That's very nice of you. I'm afraid I don't have any whole fish left. Here, take these leftovers. I'm sure Mimi will enjoy them. Do you know Gladys, the snitch? I was told I could find her here in Wagner's home. Gladys? Yes, I know her. Why are you looking for her? A mutual friend of ours was murdered. I wanted to discuss the matter with her. What is happening to this town? Murders and more murders, each more brutal than the next. Oh, I'm so sorry. But back to your question. I saw Gladys this morning at the Serene Sow. It's right across from my stall. Over at the end of the street. Do you sell anything apart from fish? Oh, yes, my husband sometimes trawls up all kinds of baubles from the river. Maybe you could find some of it useful? Oh, that sounds good. I've only got 1 gold though, and that's 32. That doesn't sound particularly good. But I will remember she's got a magic amulet.
Carp, Engelbart perch, roach. If it's got scales, it's for sale. Come closer. Fresh fish. Caught just this morning in the Great River. Strunkler's fish are cheap.
May not be as clean as an elf baby's bottom, but at least you get the best Furdock beer here.
So what can I get you? Actually, I'm looking for somebody. Her name is Gladys Schaldremeyer. Could you help me? It's very important that I find her. Hey, I'm looking for a woman too! But joking aside, Gladys is a woman who prefers not to be found. But she'll find you if it's important enough to her. You can rely on that. Just a moment. Hey, Dan, do you think the cellar will clear itself? You should be done by now. Get to work. Look, I don't have time to just wait until someone happens to turn up. I need to speak with her urgently. It's about the murder of a mutual friend. Where is she? Listen, boy, are you deaf? I don't know where Gladys is. But wait, maybe Four Finger Sam knows where she is. What are you gawping at? Go and ask him. Fine, I'll go and do that. Tell me, boy, don't you think Ibrom's a little rude to his people? I'll help him. Ibrom, why talk to dumb Dan like that? Just because he's a little slow, there's no need to bully him. Listen here, Yalek, you want to do my job, do you? I can have him put on the outside too. If you don't like the way I run things here, I'll have you put on the outside. There's nothing even slightly serene about this place. Listen to yourselves. I'm off to speak with Four Finger Salm.
No. Leave me alone. If you want to annoy someone, go and see the landlord. Go on, get lost.
Yeah, you're much more charming than he is.
Do I look like I want to waste my time jabbering with you? Soapstone always has a friendly word or two for his patrons. Why don't you go and bother him?
If he thinks he's crippled now, wait until he keeps pissing me off.
What do you want?
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Psalm, but the innkeeper said you could help me find Gladys Shaldramere. Really? And why should I help you, lad? I know a lot of people who are friends with Gladys, and I know something else for sure. You're not one of them. Listen to me, you crook. It's very important that I speak to her. If you can tell me where she is, then please tell me. Listen to me? Ha! You're funny, you are. But I won't make your life difficult. I haven't seen her for a long time, but I think Cripple Rito spoke to her recently. Go ask him. I'm sure he can help you, you'll see. Right. Mr. Not Yet Crippled Enough Rito, tell me where she is.
What do you want?
You're Rito, aren't you? Sound said you'll be able to tell me where I can find Gladys Shaldramere. Gladys? I don't know. Gladys Shaldramere. I see. Why didn't you say so? So you do know her. Ha! No. Excuse me, but Sam just told me you spoke to her recently. And you're saying you don't know her? You shouldn't take anything that old fool says seriously. He pickled his brain in moonshine a long time ago, you know what I mean? I can't help you. I really can't. Wait a minute. I think Goldtooth Yalek said something about Gladys earlier. Ask him. I think we're going to have to resort to violence soon. I hope the game will offer it to me. I mean, even if they help me, they need to, their heads kicking in.
So, you're looking for Gladys, are you?
God, look at this. This bar is the grossest dive I've been in. Why the hell would Gladys come here? Yes, and I really need to speak to her. But one minute everyone here knows her, and then no one does. If you know where I can find Gladys, tell me. It's really important to your health. I'm not sure, friend. I don't know you. You could just be a spy from the town guard. Know what? Best just forget about it. Shouting too loud for Gladys can end badly. We don't want that, do we? That's it. You tell me where the fuck she is right now. Hold your horses. I don't want any trouble in my tavern. It's so difficult to get blood out of the wooden floor, but nobody cares about that. Soapstone will take care of it. Ah! Heh. Don't worry, Ebrom. But back to you, stranger. I can't tell you where Gladys is, for one simple reason. 'Cause I don't know. Just relax. Have a nice mug of Furdock Ale. You've probably got enough farthings on you. I hope so, anyhow. Questions always make me really thirsty. Just forget it. You're not going to make a fool of me.
Hey! Oh, someone seems to be offended.
I mean, if this was a real pen and paper role-playing game, there would have been a brawl in this bar about 10 minutes ago. I'm trying to think. We didn't do... Oh, we fought a kind of Hydra thing and looted its treasure this week. I'm not sure anything very much exciting happened to report to you. Nothing very abnormal. Oh yeah, we met the Queen of the Fire Giants, and we didn't kill her. She was actually quite helpful. She gave me lots of food and drink, and we learnt that the Fire Giants and the Drow aren't getting on. The Fire Giants resent the Drow. So actually the Queen of the Fire Giants, who we were there to slay, is actually alright. We're really there to kill the Drow and get one of the player characters' wives back. But enough about that.
What?
Well, that was a bust.
I'd like to go back in there again and teach those fellas a lesson.
Me too. I have literally no idea why we didn't do that. I genuinely have no idea why that's not an option. What pirate would take that ship from commoners in a tavern?
Hey, no touching! If you want to touch something, buy it!
Touch my dick. Why do we stand for that? We're a pirate. We're a pirate and an Amazon. Pretty sure even Neverwinter Nights 2 would have given us the option of violence there.
There, hold on. I've just heard you were looking for me. What's so urgent it can't wait? Well?
What? How? Who are you? Gladys. Gladys Schladremeyer. You've been looking for me all this time. And now you don't recognise good old Gladys? I'm deeply offended, I can tell you that. I prefer Schladremeyer. It's easier to say. Less slobbery. You're Gladys? Please forgive me. After all my problems finding you, I started to wonder whether you even existed. But here you are. Madam Captain Borkensmith was right. You really are difficult to find. Heh, I'll take that as a compliment from the Madam Captain. What else did she have to say about me? Well, yes, she told me you're a friend of Ardo Borstock, and Ardo asked me to come here to Furdock. Ah, you must be Swarspold Hjordson. Yes, he often spoke of you. Goldtooth, everything's alright. You can go back now. Thanks again. Heh, no problem, Gladys. Anything for you. Say hello to Kano for me. See you. Say hello to the ground when I trip you over and stamp your head into the mud. Welcome to Furdock. Even though it's a sad occasion for us both. And why do you want to meet with me? Why? I want to clear up Ardo's murder, and I thought you might want to help me. For Ardo? Oh, yes, of course I'll help you. I've done a little research of my own, unfortunately with limited success. Could I ask you something? Do you happen to know a Thorgrim and where I might find him? Thorgrim? Surely you don't mean that swell-headed, good-for-nothing dwarf of a would-be bodyguard. He's probably in the silver pitcher on Prior Square, drowning his sorrows in Furdock Pale Ale. And what do you know about the murders? They say there's been a series of murders, including Ardo's, but there are several things about it that seem a bit fishy to me. What do you mean? I don't know for sure, There's just something wrong with the whole thing. It's just a hunch. I mean, generally with murders, there isn't there? That's why it's a murder. How well did you know Ardo? Ardo looked after me for a long time when I was younger. He taught me much about Midden Realm, particularly about all the self-important snobs, as he always called the noble classes. You know, of course, that he was cut from very coarse cloth for a nobleman. He told me then that he had found learning to write very difficult, and that he only really did it because it was essential for someone of his standing. Heh! He always said that breathing more than once a moon was nonsense and heresy. Bathing? Bathing, not breathing. I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know. I've him to thank for my stubbornness, and my store of salacious details about various members of nobility. I miss him a lot. Why don't we search for Ardo's murderers together? Yeah, alright, let's go. And what are you meant to be? You're a charlatan?
I'll take care of that.
So you're also a trickster. Social chameleon, yeah. Do you have pickpockets? You got picklocks.
What do you want now?
You don't do much business with that tone. Oh, but please excuse me, it's just my ex won't leave me alone. He's a real pain. I don't want to bother you with my problems. What can I do for you? Oh well, at least you apologised. Better than those dickheads in the inn. Can you show me what you have to offer? He used daggers and fencing weapons. Well, the other man used fencing weapons. That is a fencing weapon. Fantastic. Get lost. Scat. Beat it. Get out of here! Now I've got the fish, let's see if I can attract this cat. Here, little Mimi, eat up.
Fresh fish, caught just this morning in the Great River. Stronkler's fish are cheap and delicious.
All right.
Oh. Oh, where's the cat gone? Where's the pussy cat gone? I assumed that was it, because that's where it stops. Oh, where's the cat gone?
It's for sale. Come closer. Fresh fish. Caught just this morning in the Great River.
It must be that chest, mustn't it?
And delicious.
Ah, there we go. Alkos Brooch.
Fresh fish.
Old Alkos Brooch. This precious, lustrous gold-red treasure must have been crafted by a true master goldsmith, a very valuable piece of jewellery. So why was it in Alkos' possession? I don't know what we're meant to do with it. We could take it back to the woman.
Fresh fish. Caught just this morning in the Great River. Strongler's fish are cheap and delicious.
Is this Alkos Brooch? The one you told me about? By Jacinda, that's the brooch. Where did you find it? Mimi took me right to it. She's a clever kitty. Ah, yes, little Mimi. She'll probably miss old Elko the most. I suppose I'd better take care of her from now on. But excuse me, I have a soup over the fire. I don't want it to scorch. Vex help you in your search for those murderers. Well, we completed that quest line. I'm not particularly sure it helps me. I should be able to get to Prowl Square by the sounds of it, though. Have I been here? Yeah, I've probably been there.
On my way to Avestru, I heard talk of an infamous seaman's inn here.
Maybe we'll just stay there and take loads of abuse from them like we did at the other inn. Right, how big is this? Ah, there's quite a bit here. Let me check how long the episode's been. I think that's probably enough for one episode. Thank you for watching. Come back for the next part of Drakensang, where we'll go just suffer some abuse at an inn. Aventuria ranges about 3,000 miles from north to south. The distance from coast to coast is 2,000 miles at its widest point. The gigantic, one-eyed Cyclops are the children of Ingarim and the best smiths in Aventuria. They were numerous in earlier times, but now they live almost entirely on a few islands in the craggy mountains and volcanoes. Goblins are the second most numerous race in Aventuria after humans. Current opinion has it that the red furs, as they are also known due to their shaggy pelts, are little more than tiresome pests rather than a true danger. The smaller the target, the more difficult it is to hit in ranged combat. A ranged combat character engaged in melee combat receives a penalty of 2 points from their ranged combat value for each combatant in their immediate vicinity. Aventurian heroes are represented using numerical attributes. The greater the value, the more likely your character is to pass a corresponding check. In many cases, such as combat, checks are rolled for using one or more 20-sided dice. Although special skills can be used to end a fight in your favour very quickly, they also cost a lot of endurance. Use them with care. Thorwallians are large, muscular men and women. They are direct and unversed in the fine arts of diplomacy. They live in unions of ships, the Otto Jaskos on the northwest coast of Aventuria. Rondra is the goddess of war. Courage, anger, honour, thunder and lightning are all her domains. Temples of Rondra are heavily fortified. Her symbol is the lion. The Black Furs, as orcs are known in common speech, are often considered barbarians and murderers. They live as nomads in the region of Auckland. They can be found all over Aventuria as exiles, mercenaries or bandits.